got your content to-do list at the start then, Ash, what were you thinking then? What have you done so far? How do you feel like it's going?
I think because I was planning to work on a half term, but then for the majority of the half term I was sick, and I didn't really actually get any time whatsoever to do anything for it. So I think I'm lagging behind a bit. But
right. In terms of the pre-production content list, then have you got most of that done? Would you say?
I think so. Yeah.
So you've got mind maps, mood boards. We've got some research with the images that you've got for research. Again, if you can reflect on them rather than just having a bank of images, if you can, I don't know whether you have down here. Oh, you have.
Yeah, I have.
Cool. And make sure that all of that stuff is supported with commentary, so you're sort of reflecting even on the mood board and the mind map site to draw. If I'm assessing that, I need to see your thought pattern and the way that the project's evolving for you. So it's all looking like quite a slick sort of modernist style. Is that what we're going for? Yeah. Lots of glass. That will require you to obviously make glass material separately in Unreal.
Yeah.
Have you found many useful tutorials for creating content in Unreal? Because you seem to be getting to grips with Unreal fairly.
Yeah, I did make kind of like a prototype version of my house using the starter content.
Okay. That looked quite good at that point. And that's documented in there as well, is it?
No, it isn't yet.
Okay. Make sure all that kind of stuff, because you pick up point grades for that, so it's important that everything that you do is worked up. I like your floor plan. How did you create this?
I basically just first of all
hand drew it.
Yeah. And then I just kind of used Photoshop to put textures that I found.
Yeah. That's effective. Yeah, I like that. That's really nice. That's really good. I think it's evident that you're tackling your digital skills. You're quite kind of enjoying doing your artwork with that, and that's really good. I think that's where you've seen real progression this year. Is like you've embraced that side of things, and you've embraced your drawing. Actually, you're making yourself do it, aren't you, fairly regularly, which is good. So if you can keep that going into your final project, that would be really good as well. That would be something that would be a standout point. It's like from where you started, the progression through to the final piece would be really nice to see you adopting that and making yourself draw and do your digital graphic stuff as well. But yeah, that's really effective. What else we got?
I do have the tutorial on creating a door, but I haven't uploaded the video yet.
Okay, cool. So you're normally really thorough in your documentation. I know that a lot of stuff has been going on with Unreal, and you did a really nice prototype house early on and things like that, like you said. All of that needs to go up on there. Yeah. Make it a real priority that in the next few days that you record everything that you've done up to this point onto there. And then in terms of the actual production of content for your final gallery now, what have you got left? Have you got to start making actual assets for it? Have you got some underway?
I'm not entirely sure, to be perfectly honest.
So because you've got your floor plan done there, what I would suggest that you do next is from that you can derive an asset list. So everything that you potentially need to model that goes into Unreal, yeah? And then that's your focus point for getting that work together. The other thing that you can also be doing, I think, is now you've got your floor plan, is to actually map out and make your spaces in either Max and import them, or build it in with geometry in Unreal, so that then you've got something that you can just begin to populate. And then once you've got that, you've got something as a process. You've got something that's tangible. You can see results as you start to model and put stuff into it.
Yeah.
So that needs to be your priority. And then the final thing is obviously the animations and the blueprints and the matinees going forward. So make that your priority over the next couple of weeks. Okay.
All right.
So whilst it's looking like good, what you've got there is looking great. It's just in making sure that you get the rest of this content and work through the list systematically to tick off what it has and hasn't been achieved. You've got a digital version of this, but have you got do you want a physical copy, or do you work digitally with it?
A physical copy might be good, just so that because of the fact that this one I can't actually mark anything as done or whatever.
That's fine. I've got a digital copy on my desk. I'll go and get that now. I'll give you that. All right. So yeah, I'll check back with you and give me an update. But yeah, make sure that you really get to grips now with Unreal and Max into production. Okay. Is that your prep plan? for now, or what have you got? What were you thinking to do today?
I was thinking about just making sure that every single piece of pre-production is definitely
Up there.
done and up there.
Okay. Are you able to do that at home though, or not really?
I'll say that I can do that at home, yeah.
What you need to do is work smart. So if you can use Max and Unreal at home, then fine. Then you can do. You've got you can afford the ability to continue with whatever. But have you got Max and Unreal at home or not?
I do have 3ds Max.
Yeah.
I haven't installed Unreal Engine, but I think my computer could run it.
Yeah.
Do you know the specifications required?
It basically, if it can run 3D Max normally. Can you run games on a normal setting, or like?
I can run Skyrim on max settings.
Oh right, yeah, you'll be able to run Unreal easily. Yeah, if it can run a game basically on a sort of average frame setting, then it'll run Unreal. That's what I'd recommend, is that you stick with the version that we have currently in here. There's a newer version out, but obviously you get cross-compatibility issues, so get 4.18, and then you can bring stuff in and work on it here as well as at home.
Is it completely free?
Yeah,
or?
100% free. So yeah, just go to the Epic website and go to the download content and get it installed. So yeah, 4.18 is what we've got, and it should then mesh together if you work on that one when you're in here, because obviously we've got legacy versions as well, but that will do for that. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, use the remaining time wisely, but if you feel like, I think maybe you're right then, if that's what your priority is, get all that recorded. You've got all that content in here, so you can do videos of it, screenshots. You're good for like using a variety of media in your recording of it, so make sure that continues when you develop the rest of your Weebly site. Okay.
All right.
Good.